I've done a little bit over the past 2 months. Since Greenie entered the business, he encouraged everybody to use a lot of the bookies deeper down the bookie list, which we weren't doing. So I went out there and opened up a bunch of accounts that I hadn't opened up before and went through a lot of the deposit offers and the promotions. And then I came across a method that I've been doing over the past 2 months, which has made me about 15K, which isn't an enormous amount of money, but for the time I've spent on it, it would be probably roughly probably closer towards 10 hours a week by the time I worked out what I was doing on average. But towards the end, I was doing about 6 hours a week. But even though I made 15K, which for me is not a lot of money compared to others and myself, what I've noticed is it validated the reason as to why I don't match bet as much anymore and haven't over the past 5 years of running this business, is because it takes my time, energy and resource away from what I actually want to do, which is the business. And it seems weird that I'm talking about this because we are encouraging people to match bet. But for me, in this point of my life, which I've spoken about before, match betting is not my goal. Making this business grow is my goal so we can help more people. So for me to go away from that and go start match betting again, it's reminded me why I don't do it. Because it's mainly been Saturdays, so I'll sit for the last 5 or 6 Saturdays. I've sat on my laptop from like 11 till 6-7 hour shift, and just work and do match betting. But by the end of that day, I'm quite annoyed, even though I've made money, that I could have then worked on the business instead in that time. So for others hearing this who are currently match betting, I'm only saying this because I've made over 300K match betting and I have a business which is now my life. And then to not do that and do something else instead, it's like, fuck, I could have done that. And I feel a bit like I've cheated on my business. So that's how I feel. And as of the weekend, I'll be severely reducing the hours to almost zero, I would say, going forward over the remainder of this year and probably into next year, just because I want to refocus my entire resources on this business. And it also affects things such as my training, time with my partner as well. So yeah, it's worth 15K, whatever, but not worth the shit I could have made that in, put that resources into other things. So good reflection exercise, good reminder, plus 15K, awesome, but probably some time that would have yielded way more money in the long term from the business if I was to focus that time on the business.
How many hours do you think you spent on it?
In total, if we go, I don't know the exact time, we started probably about 7 to 8 weeks, I'd say, averaging about 10 hours. So yeah, let's just go 70 to 80 hours over a 2-month period. It's not an enormous amount of time, but that's, if you're very, very anal about it and you look at it, you're like, 80 hours into the business would have produced a ridiculous amount of something else. But obviously the world doesn't work like that, where you can just perfectly
Trade time.
0-0 trade like that. But about 80 hours.